Hey, welcome back to my channel, Moments of Sanctuary, where we talk about stories of where the sacred interacts into the ordinary. If you want to know more about this, I will post a link below in the description box that'll explain more about that. But today's story goes back to a mission trip to Chicago. And I had a youth named Alan, and he has some special needs, and his parents were a little worried about him going far away and taking this adventure. But the deal was that if he stayed off of ladders and away from power tools, that we could take him. So we went to Chicago, and we were doing some work at the Boys and Girls Club in inner city Chicago. And we were doing a lot of games and crafts and stories with the kids, and we were connecting really well with all the different age groups and the boys and the girls there, except for the teenage boys, who were just too cool for us and a little too tough and a little intimidating, if I can be honest. This is back in the time period where the grills were really popular and the dreadlocks were going on and the do-rags that were really popular at that time, and they just had a really kind of tough atmosphere about them that was we weren't sure what to do with it. But Alan also has a situation of not always knowing to read social cues. So he just kept on after them, wanting to interact with them, to play with them. And one day in the gym where we were working, he was determined to play basketball with them. And they were all just lounged out across the bleachers and just really cool and just kind of doing their thing. And Alan was yelling out, "I want to play ball." And they were like, giving him the, standoffish, ignoring, turning their backs. But Alan doesn't pick up on this. He's just like, "Hey, I want to play some ball. Who wants to play some ball?" And I situate myself kind of half court at the center line there, and Alan kind of takes a couple steps out into the gym, and most of the guys are lounged on the bleachers, but the one in particular has got the ball dribbling in the middle under the basketball hoop over there, and Alan's like, "Let me have the ball." And the guy looks at who I think is the leader of the group, who's lounging back on the bleacher, and the guy's like, and he throws Alan the ball. Alan dribbles it a couple times, puts it in his right hand, leans his hand back, lobs the ball. It goes into the net, right? Here's the guy in the center. He's like, "All right, let's go play some ball." He calls all the guys over. Alan comes over. For the rest of the week, Alan's in there playing basketball with them. And it was just a special connection that nobody else could have made. And it just reminds us that there's this moment of sacredness, this moment of sanctuary, that no matter what we think our limitations or our shortcomings, or that we're not smart enough, or we're not pretty enough, or we're not good enough, or whatever it is, sometimes that's the very thing that gets used to connect with someone else, to get something done that maybe nobody else could do because they don't have that perspective, or they don't have that challenge, or they just aren't in that same place, and you're the one that gets to provide that. And that becomes part of someone else's story. And this is where the sacred meets the ordinary. So may you remember on this day that you have been fearfully and wonderfully made. And may you lean into discovering some of these moments of sanctuary for yourself. Have a blessed day.